Alright.
What's up, my brother?
Thanks, man. Alright. What's up? Where the people at? Where the people at? Where the people at? Where the people at? Dun, 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 dun. Where y'all at? I ain't at work. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Hold up. What's happening? Y'all ain't doing nothing. Where the people at? Oh man, well, ain't nobody there. Sister Mariah, is that my uncle's truck? Looks like my uncle's truck. He ain't roll up on me. He rolled past me. He rolled past me. What's going on, y'all? I ain't been live in a minute. Y'all ain't seen your brother in a minute. I'm going live and talking to y'all at the same time. Trying to do some deals here. I had a death in the family. You know what I mean? Trying to work some things out. Trying to keep the pockets right. You know what I mean? Just a lot going on. That was a very close cousin of mine. To domestic violence. I guess I could talk about that. Domestic violence. I was speaking with a sister because again, you know, organizing. I do the ride sharing because it's great to have the ability to be able to talk to the people, share a word, and then based on what they say, continue to fish and get into intellectually stimulating and liberating conversation, and hopefully that their mindset is somewhat similar to mine. You know, there's levels to this thing, you know, and obviously you got the right extreme, you got the black extreme, who's just like, listen, don't call me unless you killing crackers, and then there's the levels before that, you know, and so those who are functioning, because at that, you know, when you at that point, you're not functioning at all. You like, forget this society. I'm not being involved. I'm not involved in this society. I don't want to make any friends. I don't want to go up the corporate ladder. I just want war to start. And there's a lot. That number is low with us compared to the devil opposite, who was exterminated since a large enough percentage of them. You have to add also the entirety of the military that wants to eliminate us off the planet. You have to presume that, you know. We cannot presume that any people in uniform, black or white, are in those positions for the best interests of black people, domestically and globally. You know, so we have to keep that particular mindset. So again, and dealing with, you know, personal relationships, interpersonal relationships, you know what I'm saying, dating relationships, again, and I won't go into the specifics of that, because, you know, we're still grieving, the family is still grieving, but I'll just deal with the rites of passage programs, things that we had in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The state saw that we were doing that and set into destroying. We look at Judas the Black Messiah, we'll get that image of the era before it was destroyed. So the Black Power movement being in the late 60s and then 70s. And by the end of the 70s, it was completely destroyed because to assume black power, the image that you have to put out is easily contaminated because they will flood your organizations with informants because there are so many black people who care not at all about black salvation, black liberation, black freedom thought, that they can be manipulated easily or paid out for a very low sum of money to avoid jail time that's not even long. You're talking about 2 or 3 years and you get out 6 months of probation. Have never been taught any type of real loyalty to their race. They know who to pick. They'll find them. If you watch the movie, you'll see William O'Neill. That's basically how those conversations went. Same thing with Gene Roberts. Same thing with Darth R. Perry. You know? Like, hey, you're looking at this little bit of jail time. This little bit of jail time. None of this was like 25 years to life. It was a little bit of jail time. Sister running in the street with all black on. Looking at a little bit of jail time and say, hell, I can't even do that little bit of jail time, man. I don't want to be associated with anything jail, anything prison, anything with a bunch of men who are bigger than me that may try to take advantages of me. You know, in the prison systems that those white officers control it, and that if they're passed the word to say this particular individual chose not to participate, make them understand that we don't like to be told no. And they get violated or killed because they know they have hit squads in prisons comprised of men who are in there for life, and they do jobs for money so that they can send it home because they can't really spend it, or maybe they do spend it, get some cigarettes here and some cakes here, and they live like overseers on a plantation. They don't live like kings, but in their mind, the prison of white supremacy, the prison that they're in, is a small world, and they are the kings in it, based on the work that they. Let me put my headphones on, because I'm getting my daughters and stuff like that. I'll get my daughters out. You hear them in the background. I don't know if it's professional or not, just something I do. Try to have my daughters, my family involved. My family is growing. Hey, baby. Hey. Hey. Hi. Hi. Okay. Yes, he's so happy to see me. Okay, come back with Daddy. Okay, Daddy's giving a message. Okay. Daddy's giving a message. I'll put my headphones on. Stay over here. Stay over here. So even my children, when I use an example. Okay. All right.
She's here.
She's here. Okay, let me get on.
Her pacifier is in her pocket if y'all looking for it.
Okay.
Her purple one is in her coat pocket.
Okay.
But this one I'm fastening to her.
Okay. I'm grabbing a bunch of things. Let me get this set up. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all come with me. Y'all come with me. Okay, don't call my parenting bad as I put my children in the car and get my other child. All right, don't judge me. Okay. But building up a base. You know, my cohort and comrade talked about my growing family, and that finding people, because our family members have moved around out of state. So we have to find people that we trust while we make our ends to take care of things we need to take care of, so that there's food, clothing, and shelter for our children. So these are the things that we have to do. And so I'm tasked with that because come on, in the room. So yeah, we in the hood, we in the neighborhood, we with the people, we amongst the people. You're gonna hear anger, you're gonna hear resentment, you're gonna hear cursing. Okay.
It's on my book.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get all that stuff. Okay.
Daddy,
Yeah.
can you please imagine that you cannot see the
Oh, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Y'all stay right here in the seat. I'm gonna come right back. Okay. Yeah. So you gotta find the diamonds in the rough. You know, there's some people that are not gonna be able to be saved, and those are actually used to portray the black revolution. They're not going to allow their children to be involved. So they're going to be lost causes. And so in that barrel of bad apples, you find the good ones. And you pull them out before they're infected. You cut off the infected parts. Okay. And you utilize them in the struggle. We need all hands on deck. You know, we need everybody involved that we can. If you're able-minded individual, if you can accomplish tasks, if you get things done, then we need you. But you're going to have to deal with the issues. You're going to have to deal with a group of women getting together and no type of anything being disseminated that empower our group. Only thing that's disseminated is information that have more unwanted babies. And I don't believe in unwanted black babies because we know we're on the genocide campaign and that we need all the bodies we can get, to be honest with you, because they trying to make sure we have a negative birth rate like them. That's all natural shit. The brothers Zoe and Keith, they deal with that with whites. But for us to be in a negative rate, it's because it's done to us. If we left alone, we would never have that problem. Never. It's one thing we like doing is practicing procreating. I know I do. I got the kids to back it up. But we have to be influenced to have our women say, I don't want to have no kids. That's genocide talk. When what black women, able-bodied black women who can participate in the struggle, say things like, I don't want to be involved with having any children, that's genocide talk. You can basically mark down the end of our existence on this planet. So I want to be able to strap my girls in. So I want to go on real quick and let y'all know I ain't left nowhere. I wanted to give that quick message on the YouTube channel on the phone. You dig? I know the longer I'm on, the more people come in. But I just wanted to give that tidbit because I'm in what you call the projects now, but I came out of the projects. Most of us did. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. How often did you go back? You know what I mean? You got to go back. That's what the work is. You ain't doing no work if you're not in the projects. Those folks in big houses. And nice. Coming back one more time. Those folks in big houses in fancy cars and nice communities, they don't want to be involved in the struggle. Brother Keith is a revolutionary with a nice house. You don't often get that. There's an outlier. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean you have to be broke or anything like that. That's nothing to do with it. When we change the perception and the image of revolutionary, we need resources. You have to combine Fred Hampton with what's that fool name that owned Charlotte? Bob Johnson. Yeah, you combine Fred Hampton with Bob Johnson. What's going on? Why is she crying? Stop touching her. Don't touch her no more. Sit down and don't move. There's a lot of doing that when you're a father. Tell them to sit down, don't touch nothing. I might have 4 of them. But we have to combine the resources of Rob Johnson with the thinking and the thought process of Fred Hampton. You know what I mean? If you've seen the movie, you see the only thing he was worried about was that clinic for our people. So I want to leave y'all with that because I got to strap up my girls. As a matter of fact, let me go back and strap them up now. Strap everything up before I get my infant. So once we do that, distribution networks, supply networks, farmland on the continent, making sure that we get the revolutionary Africans here in America to assist, get brothers who can set things up. They got wherewithal and knowledge to establish certain things on the continent so our people there can have jobs, a real tangible relationship, not just internet relationships, but tangible relationships, all right? Peace, brothers and sisters. I love you. I'm out.